Well, detectives in Carroll County say reality star Wendy Osefo concocted a story so far from reality that she's now facing a string of felony fraud charges. At her home in Finksburg today, there was no sign of the housewife, but her neighborhood was buzzing with the news as police accuse Wendy Osefo of being a fraud.
It looks like Wendy's career is truly falling apart, and this time there may be no way back. The federal reports that just came out reveal how far Wendy and her husband allegedly went in their scheme. Now she's facing a long, stressful legal fight that could follow her for years. It's clear she made a huge mistake, and things might get even worse. This whole situation also shows why sometimes staying quiet is the smarter choice. Wendy created this mess herself when she went on Bravo and acted like she was an innocent black woman being targeted for nothing.
It's an unfortunate situation, and right now I can't say too much, but I will say when the time is right, I will share my story with everyone. And for now, they're just allegations, so we will continue to push forward.
The feds are now saying they have a solid case against her, and there's nothing she can say or try that will get her out of this situation. Insurance companies don't back down either. They will dig through every detail to prove you tried to fool them. Things have become even more intense because Wendy is now trying to distance herself from her husband's case. She's arguing that being linked to him only hurts her chances and makes everything look worse for her.
This season, well, the Wendy stuff happened after they were filming, but I'm just like, yeah, I've got questions. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what's your biggest question for the Wendy situation?
Well, I first would want to hear what she has to say, and then I'll have my follow-up questions. Because and it's, you know what's crazy is that like nothing even personal towards Wendy. This would be like towards anyone.
This entire situation began in April of last year after Wendy and her husband returned from a trip to Jamaica. As soon as they got home, they contacted the police and claimed their house had been broken into. They reported that thieves took several luxury handbags and expensive jewelry worth around $450,000, according to the statements they gave to two different insurance companies. Once they mentioned a break-in, the police started digging into every detail. Officers checked all the evidence they could find because the neighborhood where Wendy and her husband Eddie live is known for being very safe and rarely sees crime.
Forgot that in April, your home was broken into or something? Was this during filming that this happened?
I think it was right before.
Okay.
Like, literally before camp went up, it happened because my family was away on spring break. It was our spring break trip with the kiddos, and I was just so heartbroken. Like, I think a few of my first initial scenes, I'm just a little bit uneasy because we had just been violated, so to speak. It was the worst thing. It's so unexpected, especially since from my vantage point and from the investigators' vantage point, it was targeted, you know?
Really?
Yeah, because I've lived in this neighborhood for, a long time, but since the neighborhood has been in inception for over 20 years, there has been no burglary.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
The more the police looked into their story, the more things stopped making sense. Only the bedroom showed any signs of being disturbed, while the rest of the house was perfectly clean, almost like nothing had happened. Even the window they claimed the burglars used to escape showed no damage at all. No marks, no broken lock, nothing. The police also checked the toilet the intruders supposedly stepped on to climb out, and there wasn't a single shoe print or smudge. On top of that, the couple had a full home security system and a Ring camera that were turned on before they left for their trip. During the entire time they were away, not once did the cameras pick up movement inside the house. The only activity recorded was a few package deliveries, which they watched from their phones. Other than those moments, everything in the home remained completely still. So, does that sound like a house that was robbed? The police didn't think so either. As the investigation continued, things looked even more planned out. Reports suggested that several items Wendy and her husband claimed were stolen were actually things they had bought and returned years earlier to get refunds. Some of these items had been brought back to stores as far back as 2018. Wendy may be intelligent in many ways, but this situation showed she didn't think through every detail. If she believed no one would notice these inconsistencies, She clearly underestimated how carefully investigators examine cases like this.
She just messaged me a couple days ago. You know, she's one of the the only ones who is like, you know, I'm so proud. You know, what she said was, God has you covered, right? So I need a second. Because
I get it.
I opened my phone. I had no idea it was even going on. And I'm like, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm very, very shocked because I felt Miss 4 Degrees had it together. Okay? I thought she had it together. I mean, isn't Eddie an attorney, for heaven's sakes? Like, what the fuck? Excuse my language, can I not?
The police also pointed out a photo of Wendy at a red carpet event, where she was clearly wearing the same ring she claimed had been stolen during the supposed break-in. Of course, investigators couldn't reveal every detail since they were still building their case, but they did share that at least 15 of the items reported as missing were found inside the couple's home. With all that evidence in hand, the police moved forward and officially charged Wendy with multiple crimes, including 7 counts of felony insurance fraud and 8 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. Her husband Eddie received nearly identical charges. When it comes to the housewives on Bravo, it feels like every year at least one cast member gets exposed for doing something shady. But honestly, nobody thought the 2025 headline maker would be Wendy. With all her degrees, her professional background, and the way she carries herself like she's above chaos, people truly did not see this scandal coming. So when the mugshots of Wendy and Eddie hit the internet, social media exploded. Everyone wanted every detail, and people were refreshing pages non-stop just to see what else might come out. Wendy has always been outspoken, both in front of the cameras and behind the scenes, so it wasn't surprising that she responded quickly. She immediately denied all the accusations, saying the charges were false and claiming their arrest was improper and based on flawed paperwork. Even at the recent BravoCon event, she doubled down. She insisted she couldn't reveal much because of the ongoing investigation, but she stressed that she was eager for the day she could fully explain her side of the story.
You know, it's an unfortunate situation, and right now I can't say too much, but I will say when the time is right, I will share my story with everyone. And for now, they're just allegations, so we will continue to push forward. I know that's right.
The way Wendy talked about the situation made it seem as if the police were unfairly targeting an innocent black woman and her family yet again. But the investigators weren't buying that narrative, and they weren't interested in letting her paint herself as the victim. And if you thought the earlier information was shocking, the newest details are even worse. The police went through nearly every part of Wendy's life. They collected her emails, bank statements, and even gained access to her Instagram accounts. During their search, they discovered that Wendy had a third Gmail address that wasn't connected to her or her husband's name. Officers were able to open it through a warrant served to Google. Investigators also reached out to several luxury retailers, brands like Van Cleef, Louis Vuitton, Saks, and Ascot Diamonds, to track down the high-end items Wendy and her husband claimed had been stolen. Then came the biggest surprise. The couple had used around 40 different credit cards under names like Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy to hide their real identities. Their banking records also revealed a long pattern of unusual and excessive spending, which detectives say helped show a possible motive for the alleged scheme. Of course, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, but it looks like Wendy may try to pull a Jen Shah and deny everything until she has no choice left. Because if everything truly happened the way she says and this was all just one big misunderstanding, then why are she and her husband fighting for separate trials? That alone raises even more questions.
I said she's going to have her husband take the fall, and everybody was like, she should take the fall because he's the attorney, blah, 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 blah. I told him, I said, I understand what y'all saying, but he's the one that made the phone calls. He's the one that sent the email. They got a stronger case against her husband. More than likely, he's going to take the fall. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got small kids. One of them needs to be out of jail for their children. You know what I'm saying? And I just had a feeling and whatnot. And look, lo and behold, she is separating her trial from him, even though they both are being charged with the same, like mostly the same.
Separating their cases is actually a clever strategy because it allows each of them to choose a defense that works best for their own situation. It also gives them a chance to avoid being sent to prison at the same time, which matters because they still have children and a household to think about. But even with that plan, things are not looking great for the US right now, and the internet has plenty to say about it. People online are calling out the irony. Some users pointed out how Wendy mocked Giselle's purchased home and criticized other women for not owning enough luxury items. Yet she's now being accused of filing fake insurance claims just to get money. Others joked that Wendy might actually be the one with the least money on the cast. Many fans said they're shocked that Wendy and Eddie would risk felony charges just to maintain the image of a glamorous lifestyle. They didn't need to go this far, and that makes the whole thing even more disappointing. What hurts Wendy the most is that she always presented herself as the most accomplished and put-together woman in the group. She built herself up so the fall hits even harder. But what do you all think? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.